What's going on, world? It's June 18th. Work Hard Wednesday midweek session. Meet us, Nick, Will. First, I want to go into this little video real quick that I caught. It's about 2 minutes, but check it out right now. Here we go.
What sort of advice would you give to people who were sitting in your seat?
So one bit of advice that I've gotten from someone, which I think is the best piece of advice that I've ever gotten, and I'll kind of give that to you in a second. And then I have this Post-it note on my laptop that really kind of that I refer to every single day, and it has kind of 3 points on it that are super important as I think through like leading my life, but specifically like for the company. The first bit of advice came from Tyler Perry, the famous director, kind of movie producer, that sort of thing, right? You know, about 2 years ago, I had the good fortune to interview him one-on-one in 3 different cities around the country, where he got to speak about his entrepreneurial story to a bunch of small business owners around the country. You know, Tyler Perry is like did his thing. He was homeless for a while, right? Now he's like the highest paid dude in Hollywood, right? Really fascinating story. So, I'm interviewing them one-on-one. Start the Q&A. One woman raises her hand, stands up. She says, "Mr. Perry, we have to always go through these different trials and tribulations as entrepreneurs. Like, what keeps you going, right? How do you get back up and just go, right?" He said the most profound thing that I had ever heard. He said, the minute he realized that the trials that you go through, right, and the blessings you receive are the exact same thing, like that freed him as an entrepreneur, right? Like, just think about that for a second. Like, I kind of stopped the interview because I had to soak that up for a little bit, right? Like, every single kind of trial, tribulation, all that stuff that you go through, it's just a lesson, right? And that lesson is just an inherent blessing, right? So as entrepreneurs, like, this entrepreneur thing is hard, right? Like, at times it's amazing, at times it sucks, right? And I've been very blessed and fortunate to have really good opportunities, but very, very hard, right? And you don't want to stress yourself out unnecessarily. And what that lesson taught me was that I didn't have to be as stressed out, right? Like, I'm going to go through these issues, they're just lessons, let me treat that as a blessing, we're going to move, right? And a lot of folks look at me when I start this company and like, "Tristan, you're way more calm than you should be." And it's like, yeah, because I fundamentally understand this lesson that I learned.
Damn. It's pretty simple. Things that we talk about all the time. Every experience that we go through, it is a blessing. Right now, we talk about this. A lot of the things that I'm going to bring up is what we talked about yesterday in marketing. Growing pains, us getting to over 100 accounts, and then losing accounts at the same time. But the quicker, like how he said, the quicker we understand that every trial and tribulation, they're one and the same. The blessing and the trial and tribulation is all the same, because it's what you're going to go through that's going to make you who you are. The experience that you go through is going to help you in your journey. And therefore, with that, I mean, I always reference something that just stuck out to me like a sore thumb in the Bible when he says your walk was planned before you stepped. When I read something like that from a higher power, inspired by a higher power and the influence, from the Bible, but when I hear something like that and I say to myself, if my walk was planned before I stepped, if things were predestined, if the journey and the path that we're on today, somehow in the whole scheme of things, it was already designed. Our destiny is what we're marching towards, our fate. These are the things that I look at and I say to myself, why were we chosen? Well, obviously, from the big guy's perspective, we were chosen for a specific reason, and therefore, for me personally, that I'm leaning towards the belief that, hey, things are predestined. I mean, yeah, we still have to take the steps towards it, but for example, the Truman Show, we're all being watched. I think it's a big soap opera for the heavenly beings up there. And you know, in the Bible, it also says that God has seen every day before you even, you know, before you even were birthed. I seen your days. I seen this your steps before you even took them. So that right there alone tells me that, you know, okay, we lost a couple accounts. What are you going to do about it? Are we going to mope and we're going to be sad and we're going to be saying to ourselves, damn, what happened? Why this and that? Or are we going to just keep on pushing along? And for us, you know, in this industry, in this game, in anything that we do in life, bumps and bruises are inevitable. Losing accounts, they're inevitable. Even the major brands today, in some areas, they don't do well. And what happens? They get yanked out of the cooler. So we're nothing special. We know that. We understand that. We don't take it lightly, but we use the experience that we go through, and we say to ourselves, okay, what do we learn from it? You know, what can we take away from it? How can we get better? And we keep on marching forward. Everything is a blessing from above. We may not understand it at the moment, in the moment, or at the time, but in life, it's about the experience, you know, that we're going through. These are the growing pains of a small business, growing and expanding. With limited manpower, we can only do so much. With our attention focused on certain accounts more so than others, this is what happens. You know, when you lack communication on both ends, when a retailer doesn't want to do their part as far as, you know what, who cares if they're a small company? You know, because this is exactly what he told me. I said, you know, I told him, I said, yeah, you know, as a small business, we work closely with our retailers, and a lot of them give us a phone call, and they say, hey, you know, what's going on? We need some more product. His response was, I don't call people. I said, oh, okay. And he said, yeah, I'm not going to call you to put money in your pocket. Let me say that again. He said, I'm not going to call you to put money in your pocket. Coca-Cola comes here every week, and they're checking up on their product to see how they're doing. I said, wow, that's actually an excellent response. Because if no one is there to take care of the product, we learned something right there. Not every retailer is the same, and everybody has their own methods of how they operate and run their business. So we learned something, and we move on. Hey, we take it on the chin. We don't get knocked out. We keep on pursuing our journey, taking care of the accounts that we do have and sustaining those accounts along the way. That is why when we jumped into 50 accounts and we were able to sustain those 50 accounts, and we said, okay, we got the hang of it. Now that we got 100 accounts, it's a lot different. Now you see accounts being lost. We lost so far 3 accounts, maybe even 4. I mean, if we want to include Randy's, because I don't even know if he sell. You know, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen the product. Well, we only went by a couple times, but we haven't seen him restock on the product. So that could even be another account added to the list. But it's for us. We can't let it sink us. You know, we have to stay strong mentally, because it's a long journey ahead. In a few short days here, we'll be a full year in sales, and we're saying to ourselves that we definitely need to get better. We definitely need to get better. How are we going to do it? You know, what adjustments are we going to make to ensure that we are here for the long run? Because we can easily be hot today, like we know, and cold tomorrow. Now, the accounts that we lost, I'm not really too concerned about it, because for one, the overhead expense to drop off a case here and there to Wine Rack, didn't make any sense. To the 7-Eleven on South King Road, didn't make any sense. 2 cases each and every week to Randy's, it doesn't make sense. Even though it's right there, you're doing all this extra work, and you can actually say we'll cut those overhead expenses, cut those costs out for gas expenses, whatnot, vehicle maintenance. You know, you look at this Cato gas station. It took him over a month to sell this case, and it's right there in Monterey. Now his pricing was $3.50 a bottle. 7 of those bottles were purchased by us, people that we know. Now that we sent in, like literally sent in. The other 4, I don't know. It could have been just, you know, just random people, obviously, but you're saying, wow, 7. Majority of that case was bought back by us. Whoever the 4 people, yeah, it was cool, but a whole month. So I look at it as, yeah, maybe that wasn't every account is an opportunity, but maybe that account right there, it was supposed to happen. That's how I look at it, and that's what I want to, that's my beliefs. Things are going to happen to show us what we need to improve on. And we have to be humble enough to accept losses in certain houses of business and run with it. We're not going to win every battle, but that's not the objective here. The goal is to win the war. What is win the war? Taking a slice out of the non-alcoholic beverage industry. Earning the right to say that we made it to 200 accounts, or let's say we made it to 150 accounts, 200, and keep on climbing that ladder. We got not only regional, but we have statewide. We're statewide locations, and then not only that, but then we go to other states. Not only that, but we go nationwide. Not only that, but we go to islands and different continents. That is winning the war. There's a long journey ahead of us. I mean, we see some things that most people, they're not going to see, they're not going to believe, but in order for us to maintain, we have to take these learning lessons and these shots to the chin, these minor blows from establishments that we got booted out, and we say, hey, tomorrow's another day. The mentality to stay positive through it all, the mentality to understand that every trial and tribulation is a blessing. They're one and the same. To not stress over so much, but just to be happy and enjoy that you get the opportunity to change the world. That's how we have to look at things and put things in perspective. Otherwise, these minor are these losses here and there. They're going to cripple us, and then we're going to get destroyed, ultimately defeated, because we let these things overtake us and consume us with the wrong way of thinking. I mean, I can't stress to you guys enough. It happens. Live with it, deal with it, and keep on moving forward. Now, what did we do wrong? Why did we lose these accounts? Lack of communication, obviously. Didn't see enough traffic. We didn't do a good enough job marketing. We didn't do a good enough job communicating to these end consumers where they were loyal consumers at these specific locations. And even see, and this is the thing that I'm so confused by, because even if there were loyal consumers going into, this is for the Wine Rack, loyal consumers were going in there, yeah, the product didn't move, fly off the shelves, but there were people going in there to purchase product. It wasn't enough, and that's what I'm just confused about. You had customers coming in to buy the product, but he wanted to see more. It just wasn't enough for him. So you could throw that out the window. It doesn't matter who's coming in to buy. It matters to some retailers. It doesn't matter if product is moving, like we know. It doesn't matter. Randy's, they move 2 cases a week, but it doesn't matter to some retailers. They don't care about it. And so with all these learning experiences that we're going to and we're going through and we're dealing with all these retailers and different owners and managers and how they run their business, we're going to see some crazy things that you just don't understand. Like, well, what the hell? I thought business was about affecting the bottom line in a positive way. I thought business was about bringing in those 2 to 3 new customers, to establishments and buying this product, keep this product moving. I thought it was about that, but at the end of the day, it is. It really, it isn't to some, and we have to deal with it. I mean, everybody is different. Remember that. Keep that in mind. When I think about us moving forward, year one is going to come to, as far as sales, a complete year one on Saturday, June 21st. A full year when we open up our first account. And I'm looking at what we've been able to do so far. And as far as us as a team in all our divisions, sales, marketing, distribution. And I'm saying to myself today, what we did was commendable for not having a history in business, the legal business. Now we've all we've all been in business. We just never put it in perspective like that. We've all been in business throughout our whole lives and understand how things work. If you have a product, there's a demand. What are you gonna do? Duh, you're gonna go feed the demand. You're gonna go solve people's problems. Yeah, we know that. Now our goal for us as a company, right? We want to reach 1 million in sales by year 3. And then our sales team brought up, man, we want to reach 1 million in sales by year 2. How possible is that? It's very possible, but at the same time, with everything that I've seen, and this is no disrespect to anybody, but there's no way that us 7, 6, whatever, 6, 7, there's no way that we could do 1 million in sales in 2 years. You know why? Because if I were to ask Mick right now, what is the number right now? What is the figure? He wouldn't know. How many cases have we sold? He wouldn't know. How many, if I were to ask Ray, how many cases have we sampled off? He wouldn't know. These things right now, if we were to, and we see, here goes the thing, because we backtrack, right? We backtrack everything that we've been trying to teach ourselves. It's about consistency. It's about commitment. It's about going into our sales plan and just religiously every fucking, slide on that presentation. You just fucking, you're looking at that shit and you're saying, okay, this is what we need to do. We're looking at ourselves, all the sales plans that we made. We're understanding it. We're saying to ourselves, we want to know this shit like the back of our hands. We don't know it like the back of our hands. We don't know. We don't even know how much we've done so far. If we don't know that, and it's coming up on a year, I say year 2, there's no way we would be able to do 1 million in sales. And I say that because I know that you guys know that there's no way we could do 1 million in sales by year 2. Does anyone disagree? Like real talk. Does anyone disagree with me?
Well, I could say that that I agree on all the lack of communication, the lack of knowledge and knowing our numbers and our sales and what's coming in and out. But like I said, man, really, if from today on out we get to doing what we need to do as far as communicating on a daily basis, going over those numbers, looking on the computer every day to see what's really going on, we still got a shot at it. I ain't gonna give up just because we lacked in our first year and we came a lot short of what we thought we were gonna do, even though we set goals and we accomplished those goals. 72,000, we accomplished that. 100 accounts, we accomplished that. All these goals that we set, and we didn't really put too much work into it, and we still accomplished it. Like, just knowing what we are capable of doing and what we can do to really reach that goal of $1 million in year 2, it just really comes down to sacrifice and really how bad do you want to make that $1 million? Because to make $1 million is really, we're short of distribution. But then again, that doesn't matter if I don't know those numbers. And so that's what it really comes down to, is me understanding those numbers, knowing it, and really working what we know. And so, like I said, man, after this Saturday coming up, we got a whole year ahead of us. And like I said, man, I feel like it's still possible. If we really get out there and do what we're supposed to do and really put in our 110%, like, man, it's possible. But like I said, it's a lot of lack in all the areas, and until we clean that up, it'll still remain impossible.
And this is the thing. Like, for me personally, the reason why I can't see it with us is because of the fact that a wise man told me that you have to surround yourself with smarter people. Like, that's the only way we're going to get somewhere in what we're doing. And the way I see it is, year 1 is always the learning, right? It's the learning. It's the learning how to do things, getting a grasp of what's going on. Within that year 1, how I see it, this is what I believe. Within that year 1, I believe the first 6 months of year 1, everything that you're training for, you're learning what to do. If you don't get that, if by the end of the next 6 months, the first 6 months you're working on it, you're getting better, you're trying to be committed to it, you're trying to be consistent. The latter half of that year, it should be consistent. There should be a consistent effort towards understanding what your job is, what your duty is, what's the ultimate goal, what are we trying to do here. If we don't make that effort, then it's hard for me to fathom that year 2 we could really put a dent in that number that we're trying to hit, 1 million. Now, right now we've done 95,000 in sales so far. 95,000 in sales.
It's a little under 10%.
$95,000 in sales. We would name this second year. It would have. That's $905,000. That what $905,000 we would need to make. That's what we would need to generate. I mean, I'm just throwing those numbers out there. Obviously, anything is possible. Don't get me wrong, but how I look at it is, as much as we wanted to hold out with going the Shark Tank route, I just have this feeling. I mean, who knows if we're going to get accepted or not? But me personally, that is the route that I'm going to pursue. that I want to pursue. I wanted to bring it up to all of you guys to see what you guys thought, because I just feel that the only way we're going to be able to really do some work is if we have serious capital. What I mean by serious capital is what we've been talking about, $250K to $500,000. Why is that? Because that opens up the door to larger production runs. That opens up the door to paying for brokers. We can win accounts all day. But we need those guys that are already in there. Those guys that already got connections with the larger retailer establishments that's going to buy those a pallet there. That's 102 cases a day. You know, those are that have hundreds of locations in the chains. That is how we're going to be able to do it. And right now, that's what I'm leaning towards. I mean, us putting our bid in to see if we can get a shot to get on Shark Tank, giving up equity, and I look at it as sometimes as ambitious as we are, there's always going to be things that for us personally that are going to prevent us from getting to where we got to get to. It's lack of capital on our end. We don't have what we need in order to get there as quickly as possible. And the reason why I want to do it is ultimately because our sales team put up our sales team. They said some things and they want to speak into existence, and that's who we need to find. We need to find those people, like we talked about, that have that serious backing and bring them in, so that we can help sales accomplish their goal. The goal was 2 years, and we're going to have another 365 days come Saturday to help them achieve their goal. Now, the percentages of equity that we're going to be talking about is obvious, 15 to 30%. That's the range that people are looking at if they're giving up a substantial amount. So these are things that you guys need to understand. What do you guys feel about it personally? Go ahead and throw your opinions out there. But for me personally, that's just how I feel. We definitely need to start attacking the investors, because I just don't see it. Us personally, too much going on for us. We have, if we're not able to give, this is why we can't give 100%, is because we have other jobs. There's no way we could give 110%. We can't even give 100%. If we can't give 100%, there's no way we get to what we're trying to accomplish. It's not possible. This right here, yeah, we did it. We didn't even really work hard for this, but we accomplished it. In order for us to get to where we're going, we want to make $1 million in sales. It has to be 100% commitment. There has to be that 100% effort. Otherwise, there's no way. I don't see it.
Yeah, I think you bring up a great point. Just like being realistic. I mean, yeah, we've done great things, and again, like you said, we put in the amount of effort that we're able to at times, and then sometimes it was just lack of effort. And I think, that just being said, of us not being able to put in as much effort as we would want to at times, and some of it's not because of us not trying. Some of it is because of lack of gas resources, lack of truck, lack of license, there's so many different lacks that we're dealing with that, man, every little bit counts. And so, me and Mick were talking about it last night, and, we continue to have conversations just in general about, like, I have a whole workload. You guys have a workload. We each individually, like you said, we have jobs that are taking care of, us right now. And if you look at all those, when these people go on to Shark Tank and they go on and they're talking about their product, they price their they're looking for capital that will allow them to do this 100% of the time. And that's what we kind of look at it as well. Like you said, if we're able to get this large sum of money through an investor, it will enable us to pay ourselves to do this 100% of the time. And that's, I believe that, just like you said, that's the game changer right there. Not only will it allow us to do this 100% of the time, but also you get direct resources at your whims. Like you said, these guys are already in there. They already have brokers across the nation, across the world, that they can easily say, hey, got a great new product, here we go. And million sales in a day. Why? Because of the chain, because of the network. And I mean, I kind of, looked at just our journey, and yeah, like you said, we love to do this thing organically, and we're trying our best to, but we also got to get smart. And getting smart is saying, hey, yes, we're still doing this thing organically if you really look at it. But at the end of the day, we do need help, no matter what, and all these great people, they had help some way or another, but they found it. They went out and got it. And so I think we are at that, at that point where, we got to go out and this is the next step in the business, really. Okay, you guys, you got your feet wet, and we tried sales out, and we see what we can and can't, couldn't do. And now it's time to, swing for the fences. Real deal. Like, okay, we know what it is. Let's get some advice. Let's get some help. Let's get some mentoring that will allow us to do this thing, like you said, on a bigger scale so that we can get there faster. Experiences, like you talked about earlier, all these experiences we're going through, is like you said, it's going to be magnified 100, 1,000, 1,000,000 times once we get into corporate, business to business sales. Once we get into landing, like you said, these different retailer or these different distribution accounts, in different areas, like we're going to start to see that it is very similar, just on a bigger scale. Not everybody's going to want to help out. Not everyone's going to want to, push your product and be excited of our product as we are. But this is the growing pains we're going through to figure out, one of the things you did at South Road, what is it, South Story Road. You went in there, you talked to the person, he was kind of BSing with us, and we said, man, you know what, I'm not going to waste my time. Why? Because this is one or two cases, it's way out in a place where we're not familiar with, and it's this hard. Like you said, we're doing our due diligence to go out and help sell and sample the product over there, and for them to just not help out, like it isn't worth our time. And so those experiences, we'll see that on a bigger scale, once we get there, and it'll be very similar. And so, understanding that and knowing, like, okay, cool, this is your mindset about your business, and this is our mindset, and this is where we're going. So whether you believe what we believe or you work with what we're trying to work, there's somebody else out there that will, like real deal. And we touched the tip of, like, we ain't even, 100 accounts ain't nothing. Like, we ain't even on the map. Yeah, we're on the map in some people's eyes, that are local to us, that are, our local followers. But you ask a random person, if we go downtown and you just, hey, you ever heard of Ooze Juice? What is that? Nobody would ever know. Just random people walking downtown, or, even Marina, Monterey. Sure. You might get lucky, but, I would say a smaller population area like Marina, we might know because we did blow it up over there. But again, it's like, it's not even the tip. It's not even like, this is nothing, really. It really is nothing compared to real business. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is I'm not saying we're not doing any real business because we are. But when you talk about like moving hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, you know, millions of dollars a day, like that right there. Now that's making making noise. That's what I would say. Like, oh, you guys are really in it, And so we're just trying to get there. And I think going this route again, it will help us to be able to do this thing full time, and we can see the fruits of all the things that we've practiced because we know it works. You know what I mean? We know all the things that we put in place works, from our talk track to going and selling to doing sampling events. Like this stuff works. It's just again the lack of us. The lack on many different aspects of our own personal lives. That's what's getting us. That's what's like kind of putting a ceiling on us. And if we're able to get this funding, we're able to get the capital, then I believe that it removes that ceiling. You know what I mean? Because it allows us to have enough. It allows us to be able to direct. We can get more company vans to do deliveries. We can get all these different things that will help us do our job more effectively. We can hire people to take care of regions instead of one person going all the way around every different area. Like having that capital enables us. Okay, Mick, this is how much you're going to make on whether it be hourly or whatever. But this is how much you're going to make, and this is your area. Will, this is how much you're going to make, and this is your area. S, Bug, all the way around. It enabled us to do that, and it makes things a little more simple because now we're getting paid for something that we were already doing. Now we have resources to take care of the gas, to take care of, all these things that we're lacking at. And I think that's when, once we're able to do that, I think it is going to turn around everything. I believe that it will help us grow this company to where we know it should be at. Why? Because again, we have that help. We have the resources now. And so for me, I just, I believe everything happens in time. And, this stuff came up a long time ago. We talked about it many times, but yet we didn't understand it yet, and I think now we have a better understanding of what's going on. Not only that, we're at a point where I don't remember. I sent out this text, I think 2 weeks ago or something, but it goes, most people are continuity. Some people, very few people are an opportunity, and the rarest of people are a possibility. And I think we're in that opportunity stage where, when we see those opportunities, we have to go after them. We have to try it because we're not going to get to the possibilities of what Oosh Juice could really be unless we're taking stabs at those opportunities. And so I think this is a big opportunity for us, not only to, okay, cool. If we go on there and we don't land a deal with them, we got exposure. You know what I mean? Like there's so many different ways. Another thing that comes to mind too is that saying is I never lose. I either win or I learn. And I think that's where we're at. We're either gonna win or we're gonna learn from it. You know what I mean? Because there ain't no quitting. There ain't no giving up, and that's when you quit, when you give up, that's when we lose. And so, man, I'm excited for the opportunity. I'm excited to see what happens and how this thing could really change all of our lives. Again, think about we always talked about it. How would you feel if all we did was get paid to deliver Oosh Juice? Like that's so easy to us. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think I'm ready for it.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit yesterday in the marketing meeting, but I'm all for it. I just know it's just another opportunity for us to grow more at a rapid pace that we really want to see this thing go. It's no guarantee that we're going to get on there, but just the fact that we're going to even try to reach out to them and even get on there, it's just like, let's just say we don't get on there. I just think it's just like another lesson what we're going to learn as far as learning as we go, because we've all experienced a lot of lessons as far as working on Ushus and running this business. But I definitely feel like if we do get on there, like books, like I said, what we said yesterday, we would get so much exposure out there that we'd have so many people like not even heard of Ushus hitting up our website, blowing us up on all of our social media. Uh, but I'm all for it. Every time I tell somebody about Ushus, that's the first thing they bring up is, man, y'all should go on Shark Tank. But yeah, I'm all with it, and definitely think this is basically like our pivot step right here. We always say this is like our pivot. Um, we always talked about growing organically, but uh, I think this is going to be a good deal for us if we do get on there.
Shit, I'm gonna throw the monkey wrench in there. I'm gonna just go there and stand tall as ever with a big old smile on my face. And when Mark Cuban say, "What's your deal? What do you?" I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Oops, I just wanted to come and meet you, bro.
I read your book and shit.
Whether we get a deal or not, nigga, I just wanted to shake your hand, bro."
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing is from the everything has just been, for one, just it's we've seen the ups and downs and the in betweens already in just year one, and for me personally, I just I just have this. I mean, this goes for, I know all of us feel this way, but I really look at life in general and how short it really is, and I'm saying to myself, we need to really make some moves because we're not getting any younger. And if we really want to make that way and provide, be those providers how we always talk about and how we envision ourselves to be, it has to be those major moves, like busting major moves. Because if we don't, and it's going to take too long. It's going to take a long time, and we don't have the luxury of time. We don't have the luxury of money, and we need to make some real serious decisions about what we're doing here because of the fact that we can win. We know we can win. We've each and every day that we're out there and we do a sampling event and we sell somebody on the product. We just proved our concept works by us selling $95,000 worth of product. We proved that our concept works in 1 year. Now, Coca-Cola didn't even sell, what, 25 bottles or if that in their first year. Yeah, it's a different day and age, but still, you have to say to yourself, wow, when everybody else is failing and we were able to do that, there is something here, and we need to get to that next level ASAP. How do we do it? And this comes like real deal. The connections that we have, signing up for Shark Tank, speaking to different, even the retail owners that we're working with, and seeing and just picking their mind. Hey man, what are you looking for any other business ventures? Because if you are, we need to tag team something. I mean, you never know. I think it comes down to us, and I know we've done it on multiple occasions, and everybody else that we've talked to, and really we're trying to involve them or include them in this whole scheme of things. and partner up and really blow this thing out the water. They thought we were playing, but now that we have proof and we have data and we're showing them that hey, this is real. Those things right there help us out, help us to prove our point, which is the product that we have is something to really look into, and we can really do some major things given that person or that investor or investors, the information, the connections, the networks they have, given that, and then what we have from real life experience, mixing those two together and going at this market, it could really pay dividends. And I know that somebody they're gonna bite on it. We just have to find them. And if it's the Shark Tank, hey, that's what it is. But I'm willing to make that leap, and leap because, for one, I really wholeheartedly, I know you guys do too, but this is our concept, what we preach, what we're about. How awesome would it be to make that connection and then say to our sales team, y'all did it in 2 years? How awesome would that be? That would be crazy. Like, man, it took us 2 years. We said we were going to make $1 million in 2 years, and we did it. We dared to turn our dream into reality. That's the kind of the things that I look at and want to do, not for me, but for us, because I view that as a dream. I view that as our sales team's dream, and not only the sales team, but our whole team. Man, we want to see Boog drink the product. We need to get there ASAP, as soon as possible. Now, who knows what the cards hold for us, and if it really is supposed to be 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years, whatever the case may be. Are we going to be willing to stick it out? That is the question that none of us can truly answer, because we would have to really get to that day. We can say all we want, we'll be here for the long haul, but in the end, will we really be there? And we can't answer that until that day comes to pass. And that's the thing where, me personally, when I look at us and how far we've come, when I look at all the things that we lack in, it kind, for me, I mean, I have faith. I have faith in us, don't get me wrong, but there's little things that cause concern, and that's the reality of it. I don't know if the attention span is going to be enough for that long. I don't know. I can't. I mean, in the beginning, it seemed like, oh yeah, we're all in it. We're all in it. But as time continued to grow on, and it's still early on, I see little glimpses of I just don't know, and I'm just being honest. Coming from I don't know if we'll all be here. I mean, because we've already seen it. Kell is pretty much out of the picture. He pops up every here and there, but it couldn't even last a year. That's one person right there. Couldn't even last a year going through the battle with us, frontline soldiers. And then us personally, we take a lot of days off. We do. We're all guilty of it. We take a lot of days off. But the days that we're here, we win. We make sure we make it count. But there's too many days being taken off, and that's another cause for concern for me. Oh, man, you take too many days off, you start getting rusty. Your pitch gets rusty. You're out there. You're dragging people. You lose people when you're talking to them. It's not fast enough for them. That right there, it shows me, oh, man, this is a sign of, we definitely need to be more committed to our sales pitch and approach, because it's not working. I mean, when I'm hearing, when I go out with people and I'm saying, oh, this is the reason why. If you don't go out every day, if your mind's on something else, you'll lose people, you'll lose a sale, and you won't be as effective. So I'm looking at so many factors, and I'm saying to myself, for what it's worth, I applaud the effort that has been given for what it's worth. And I respect, every day that you guys are putting into this because it's for free. What do you get out of it in return? The only thing you really get out of it is, I would say, your being. Your inner being is shown true greatness through the journey. Now, a lot of people will say, who gives a fuck? Okay, yeah, okay. We did some things, and I feel like I've grown as a human being, as a man. But is that enough? Who knows how long that right there is going to be able to sustain one person? Because so many people just give up. Like, oh man, I'm tired of just wanting to grow. I want to do some other things, and you lose track, lose focusness just like that. I mean, everybody is human, and those are some of the things that I look at and I've seen that makes me wonder. No matter how much we tell each other we're here for the long haul, it really, no one knows for sure. No one knows for sure, and that is why we must do everything in our power to get there as quickly as possible. We talk about it is a marathon, but when I talk about getting there as quickly as possible, I'm talking about exhausting every avenue, exhausting investors, exhausting opportunities that present themselves for us to be able to obtain certain substantial amounts of money, capital, for us to grow this company, exhausting our networks, our connections. That's what I'm saying, how we get there as quickly as possible. Yeah, it takes time, but if we're not doing that to an extent, if we're not reaching out to all these different type of businesses and people, that right there, it cripples us, because everybody is looking for, man, when is this thing gonna turn? When is it gonna happen? And if you keep on searching for when it's gonna happen, you know what it does? You start believing that it's not gonna happen. And I can honestly say, that's why you see people start to drift away and fall off.
Yep. It's
because the hype is real at one point, but if it doesn't happen for you personally, in the time that you want it to happen, what happens? You drift away. And
just like these retailers.
What was that?
It's just like these retailers. Like things don't happen fast enough for them. And not only just retailers, consumers. We have a window of opportunity that's what it comes down to. If it's not there conveniently when they need it, right when they want it, they forget about it. Mm-hmm. And just like a consumer, just like a retailer, what Boog is saying is, and I'm sure all of us has felt this at one given point, that things may not be going as we thought, or things may not be going, as we planned. And there is that feeling that comes over you. But, what he's speaking about too is that the more we are in it, the more we continue to work at it and, do things towards that's the bridge that helps us stay within this goal of this team. Another thing it comes down to is like trying to get there. What Boog is talking about is he's trying to get us there as fast as possible with the least amount of casualties, which is, any one of us falling off the table, falling off the team. And we already had that, and so basically what I'm getting is, if we're not careful, who's next? Mm-hmm. And therefore, keep moving. We have to, just like in the Army, you know what I mean? Like, just like in these special forces, they say when you get down and out, nigga, keep moving. Why? Because if you stay in one place, you're either gonna die or you're gonna go crazy, whatever it may be. But you gotta keep moving. And so when I look at it too, is us to go on these shows and go on and try and reach out, however which way we can. The great thing about it is that we know we have a great product. We know we have something that it is going to hit, and we just got to keep believing it. I look at it too as, what comes to mind is when we are talking about, going outside of the doing it the organic way and really going after investors and everything. My mentality is looking at, man, I want the right investor. I want somebody that has the connections, that the money isn't the entire thing for me. Like in this business, if you understand business, it's not about the money, because the money will come. It's about those connections. It's about the longevity of what we're getting into. And so, okay, we might give up 15 to 30% of our, of our company, but you got to look at it too. Do I want a grape? You know what I mean? Or do I want a piece of a watermelon? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I want the entire grape? And that's us being selfish and not trying to. Do I want the entire grape, or do I want a piece of a watermelon? You know what I mean? I'll take a piece of a watermelon any day, because a piece of a watermelon is still probably 10 times bigger than a grape. And that's how we have to look at the network of things. Like, we have to look at it like, hey, there's enough to go around, but we're not going to get it right away. And we have to be willing to make those sacrifices of, giving up equity in our company. Because if we can give up equity and get something in return, which is, cash value, mentorship, network. Again, these things, the mentorship and the network, those things will pay off 1,000,000 times more than any money we'll get. Why? Because we'll get these networks and we'll get these mentorship that will show us how to do business the real way. How to sneak in, okay, cool, they wanted this, but if I do it this way, it'll still be that, just in a longer, over a long run. And that's where we want to get to. We want to get to the understanding. We want to get to, again, we talk about it a lot. We want to get to the information. Where the information is at, that's where the money comes in later. It will be there. Money will be there. It's a given. It's gonna be there in business. But it's the networks that we gotta create. It's the mental, it's that information that we gotta seek. And by us doing this, again, that's how I'm looking at the whole scheme of things. I want a piece of watermelon. You know what I mean? Because if you look at a watermelon, each and every one of us could have a piece of that watermelon. But if you look at a grape, nigga, some of us might not be eating. So, just, we just gotta figure out ways to keep things like that fresh in our mind. Keep those goals in front of us, because we can be just like anybody else, and fall off. Hey, I might be wholeheartedly in it today, but something could happen tomorrow, and I'll be like, shit. And next thing you know, I'm lost. And so, and that's just, I don't think that'll ever happen to me, but, you never know, though. You can't say never, because, okay, what if I died? Then that's a loss, shit like that. But at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, man, is we have to get there faster, because, just like anything popular, it fades. Everything popular that's come about, the dance, what is it, the Dougie, teach me how to Dougie. Next thing you know, it's done. There's a new dance. All these fads, they come and go. And it's just like products. Products are fads too. And if we don't take care of this fad and, solidify it right now, man, it could be lost. It could fade away just like anything else. And man, time is of the essence. So I'm ready for Shark Tank.
Oh yeah.
I might not answer any questions, but like I said, when he asked me, what you doing here? I just came to shake your hand, bro. He can do all the talking.
All right, cool. So I'll get on that ASAP. As far as getting all the information together, filling out the paperwork and whatnot, and then just moving forward. Once again, we're just trying to see if somebody reads our paper and wants to take us to that next step. And it takes a few months from what I've read. When you fill out the application, probably take like 4 months before you even hear a call from them, call back, and then if they're if they're willing or they want you to go on the show, then the next steps are involved, which is the call, explaining more into depth about who you are, what the brand is, what the company is, and then just getting all the specific detailed information. And then they if like I said, if they want it, then they're gonna pick you up and then put you on the show. So that's another process, but at least we want to take a stab at it, see what may come of it. And this Friday, it will probably be a busy day for us, getting everything together for the team reunion. That's what we're jumping into next. That's our event coming up this Saturday. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, so that's pretty much it for that piece of the hangout. Moving on to the team reunion. If S, can you go over the itinerary for that?
Yeah, so as far as the itinerary, I got the event timeline. We'll start at 9 a.m. Just obviously those that'll be out there will probably be cooking early. I talked to JR. He's ready to go out there. And then I don't know if you guys talked to Pi and John to see if they're still going to be barbecuing, but he's on point. So 9 a.m. start. That'll just be, we'll start receiving people, or, people start showing up. 10 a.m. will be the basketball game, which is the 3-on-3 and also the 3-point shootout. And that'll run, obviously that's the longest event. At 11:30 we'll open, and then we'll just we'll have kind of like a mini presentation just to kind of open it up and welcome welcome everybody. And then we'll have at 12 p.m. we'll start eating, which is the food will be ready to go. We can bless the food and everyone can start eating. At 1 p.m. we're going to have the sack race. That'll be our first competitive event. Also at 1 o'clock, the photo booth will be there from 1 to 3. At 2 p.m. we'll take the team picture. That's all of us together. And then at 3 p.m. we'll do the egg toss. Also from 3 to 4:30, the petting zoo will be there. At 3:30 we'll do the balloon toss. 4:30 we'll cut the cake, say happy birthday, and congratulate the graduates. That's what I have on the itinerary. Did we get a time frame for when the hamster balls will be there?
Yeah, games for you. They're gonna be here from 2 to 4.
2 to 4. Okay. 2 to 4. Okay. Yep, and then after the cake, and the birthday and all that stuff, then, we'll finish off after that. That'll be the last thing. We'll do the awards, for who won, the different events throughout the day. And then we'll say farewell.
Whose birthday?
The June babies, whoever's in June.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. There's so many damn June babies, and so we just like put them all together.
Yeah.
All right, it's your birthday. Stand right here.
So, do we want to put the team photo at a different time?
Like what time?
Because if the hamster balls come from 2 to 4,
Yeah, you want to do it like at 4? Or is that too late?
I was thinking actually earlier, like probably at 1 p.m.
Yeah, we can do it.
right after.
Yeah, we can do that.
Team photo. Um, 11 a.m. is opening. Do we want to? So for that opening, is that going to be an hour shot? 11 to 12, or?
No, the opening was 11:30 to 12, so kind of like a 30-minute. We all get together, circle it up. Everyone say their name, whatever they want to share, and then you'll close it off with just a little note, to everybody, and then we can bless the food and go eat.
11:30, 12 opening. It's opening at lunch. It's at 11 a.m. Should we like do a race early, an early race, or?
The only reason why we put all the events later, remember, is because everyone shows up hella late.
Yeah.
That was another reason why I wanted to do the picture later too, because a lot of people they don't come early. But then again, it is what it is. I mean, we got to teach them sometime.
Yeah.
Put the fun stuff first, and if you miss out, you should have been there early.
But we don't want to run into the problem too of not having enough people to even do the events.
So what I had the medals that I had gotten were the regulars. It was the egg toss, the balloon toss, the basketball, 3-point contest, and the hamster balls. What I did was I actually got 3 medals for the hamster balls. So the one was for the adult race, and then like 2 I was gonna put, or I wanted to do like 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And
Fastest 2 kids?
Huh?
Fastest
Yeah.
2 kids?
Yeah, 2 kids get in the hamster ball and they race each other for the. That's what I had from the 2 to 4.
Yep. So you got 2 for the egg toss, but you got kids and adults, right?
No, remember the egg toss was only adults?
Oh yeah, the balloon toss was for kids.
Balloon toss was the kids.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So if we can get 1 p.m. if we do the photo at 1, then at 1:30 it should take us about 30 minutes, give or take. I think it'll be pretty quick. Get everybody there. Then at 1:30 we can run. 1:30 we can run one of either the egg toss or the
balloon toss.
Balloon toss.
Yeah, do kids first.
All right, balloon toss,
Toss.
130. And then 130, 130. A 2 to 4 is those races.
2 to 4 would be the hamster ball races, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere, should we sneak in, like right after the balloon toss, do the egg toss?
$130. 130 to 2. Nah, I would see. Uh, would 4 be too late?
For an event?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. We can
For
do
the
the
kids, it isn't, because that's when we did like the little toss.
Yeah.
I mean, the little race, the sack race.
Yep.
We did it at like 4 o'clock. It's supposed to, it says it's about to be 66, so that's pretty good weather for on Saturday.
Yeah. 9, 10, 11, 30.
So 130 balloon toss. Then we'll get the 2 to 4 races for hamster balls. Should we? Yeah. So we just put 4 o'clock for egg toss and
4 p.m. egg. Cause we still got sack race too.
yeah. Huh.
We'll do 2 to 3. 2 to 3 could be the hamster races. Like we'll start off with just races, and then
Yeah.
from 3 to 4, we can just do whoever wants to kind of just mess around with it, take turns.
Yeah.
And then from the 3 to 4, we can do at 3 o'clock we'll do the egg toss because that'll be after the races, and then we can do at 4 or 3 we can do the egg toss, and then 3:30 we can do sack races. What do you think?
So you said 2 to 3 be the races, hamster ball races.
Yeah.
And then you said 3 to 4 they can just play with it.
3 to 4, yeah, they just take turns. Any kids want to take turns playing it or try it out. Like some kids probably don't want to do the race, but they want to try it out.
And then what was the next one? 4 to.
And then at like 3
4:30?
o'clock, I'll say hamster free time will be 3 to 4. And then at 3, we can do the egg toss.
Oh, cool. 3.
And then at 4, at 4 o'clock, we can do the sack race again, like normal.
Yeah. Kids.
Yep. And then right after the sack race, we can do the awards. We can do the cake, birthday, and the graduation stuff. And that can just kind of like close out our event.
4:30 or 5.
Yeah, 4:30. We can do it at 5 because we said at 6. It goes, we said 9 to 6, so.
Yeah, so we'll do it at 5.
Okay, we'll do it at 5.
PM awards.
Awards, cake, birthday, grab.
Words. Cake. Grad.
Cake. Cool. So what I'm going to do is, I know Kim is already working with Liz to get, to kind of do a few things. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them all of these, the time frame of what things are going to happen.
Sure.
And then they can coordinate. I'll tell them, obviously, you're going to do the basketball. Mick is going to do, Mick's doing the egg toss. Will, did you want to do anything, Will? We have, so I'm going to do the, make sure that the petting zoo is set up and everything at 3. And then,
let me write that down.
What's available is the Games to You, which is the hamster balls. That's available. Also, sack race is available, and the balloon toss is available.
I think, Mick, you should just do both of them.
Mick should do balloon and egg?
Yeah.
Okay. There it goes. Mick, balloon and egg.
Yeah, I'll go and do the race.
You want to do the hamster?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
What time is it at? 2 to 3, right?
Yeah, it'll be 2 to 3.
2 to 3. Yeah.
How should the race be set up? Just, okay, run?
We should have like
Ones, right?
need like some cones or something.
Yeah. We'll definitely need cones. Oh, we'll just do like a obstacle race. Like, you'll put 2 cones, and they just got to run around the furthest one and back to the first one.
Yeah.
That makes them turn around and everything, too.
Do you have cones, Will?
No.
Oh.
I'll ask my dad. He might have some.
I was saying, yeah, Uncle Solid probably got some cones.
Yeah. I'll ask Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Coach. Hey, Coach. What's up, Coach?
Hey, so we should also get somebody to coordinate when the for the photo booth, like direct people.
So that's what I was gonna do. I was definitely gonna have the girls.
Yeah.
It's kind of a. I was gonna tell Kim and Liz, like, go ahead and run the photo booth, and also have them get everyone ready for the team picture.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me write it down.
All right, so. So you do the hamster balls, Will, and the sack race, since they're both races?
All right.
Yeah.
What time was that one at?
Huh?
What time was that one?
The sack race is
4.
4.
Yeah, the sack race is at 4, and the hamster race is at 2.
All right.
So put those in your in your memory bank. 2 and 4. You'll see the hamster balls, but just remember later on for the sack race.
Yeah, we almost forgot about that. Bug had to maneuver last year. All right.
Do we have the sacks, or are we getting them from? Where are those coming from?
The what?
The sacks.
I'm gonna go to Party City and try to pick up some more because I know we Boog said we needed more. I don't know where the other ones are.
All right. Cool.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna be. What I'll do is I'll help out too with coordinating. Like the girls, they can run the photo booth and all that, but I'll help help them with receiving. Like, okay, let's put it over here. Let's do this. Same thing with the petting zoo. So I'll do the photo booth and the petting zoo and just make sure that they're set up in a proper area. And if they need anything else, then I'll make sure that they are taken care of so those things can run smoothly.
Hey, should I put 12:30 the 3-point contest or?
How long do you think the 3-on-3 would take?
Well, if we're playing a few games and it starts at 10 a.m., depending on the turnout of people, we're going to what we always play to 11?
Yep.
Yeah, so it took us, well, we only played everyone played only one game last year, but the first year,
wow.
What was that?
It took a while, though.
Yeah, for one game. But since we're starting at 10, it's going to probably last from 10 to, we can easily say maybe 2.
So maybe because you got the picture at 1, so 12:30 3-point shootout might not. Yeah, we got two courts.
Yeah.
Once I could just, if we have to stop it just to do the 3-point, that'd be cool too. And then not stop the whole thing, but stop the one side of it. Yeah, I think 12:30 would be good. Or
people will probably still be eating.
Yeah, maybe 1:30.
1:30 balloon toss. 1:30 3-point contest. Yeah, we'll do 1:30.
Okay. Cool. All right. And when are you doing the shopping? On Friday?
Yeah, tomorrow and Friday.
All right. Did JR call you?
Nah.
Cause he was like, man, before book. Huh?
Do you need specific things or something, or?
Yeah, no, he said before Book does the shopping for the marinade, he said, tell him call me. And I was like, why don't you call him? Because you know what it is, what you want. And he was like, I don't want you guys to spend hella money on it. He was like, I could just do it this way. So.
Why don't he bring it down with him?
Yeah, I could tell him that too.
Hey, we need to let Master Chef Pizzo know.
I know, huh? He's not gonna be.
This nigga Pizzo swear up and down he's like a master chef. He's all taking a strong initiative too. Oh, you need me to barbecues? I got you. You need.
Who's that?
He's
He's like, hey, Will, if you cut up, I'll make the marinade. You just cut up all the meat. Like, damn, now you gonna make me cut up all that meat? I'm gonna make the marinade myself. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Marination is not even like, oh damn, you should put this out to market. Oh, dude.
Tastes like soy sauce, bro.
Yeah, you just dumped in a bunch of soy sauce. Laugh.
Oh, and then hey, remember, Bug? I wanted to let people know about the Relay for Life luminaries.
Yeah.
But we could just do something in the beginning or whatever, and just let people know. It's not really going to take up any time.
Oh, did we order a barbecue pit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Bug, how many bags of charcoal you gonna get? I remember last time.
I know you had to keep on running back.
I
Yeah.
got a few over here, so let me go see how much they have over there. I think there was like 4 bags at Cashmere, but they're not that big. They're like
tiny bags.
yeah, they're like little small ones, but I think they may have more. So I'll see what's up.
Damn, we dropped down to 6.
Is that it right there?
That's the itinerary right there.
All right, so we got so how's this? Let's run it. Let's run it through real quick as far as the whole thing, the opening part, because that's something
Okay.
that we can go over real quick. Because
All right.
Liz said she could get the helium tank from her work for those balloons.
For the balloons?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said she can get helium and balloons. So,
Oh wait, who's getting the balloons?
Liz says she has access to helium and stuff and balloons.
Nah, she don't have access to the balloons, just the helium tank.
Okay, well I'll get some balloons, and then I'm getting balloons anyways for the water balloon fight and the balloon toss. So I'll just grab probably like a pack of 100 balloons or so that we can blow up.
Were we just gonna like? How are we gonna like do the balloons? Just like give them to people as they come, or?
Yeah, want to give them so basically the introduction or the opening is like everyone as they arrive they'll get a balloon and we can just tie it on their hand or something or but as we come together at 11:30 I'll do like an opening, like we'll all circle up like we do every year, and then I'll do the opening and just kind of like welcome everyone to come. I'll open this up with a prayer, and then you can come on and talk about the Relay for Life. Just explain to everybody at that time. You can talk about the Relay for Life, and then turn it over to Boog, and Boog can do a little presentation just about what this is and what our idea of the team reunion, and then also kind of shedding light on Oostjuice and the journey. And this is the reason why we started this, this reunion. And then after Boog is done, then we all kind of, we'll all let our balloons go at the same time, and just kind of, that'll be like the opening ceremony or the opening celebration, and then we'll go eat. And then after that, that's when all the, events will start and, all the different things. But what I can do is I can go over the itinerary and say, hey, we already started the basketball 3-on-3. If you guys want to join, see Boog. But this is what we have on our itinerary for today. And then, I'll just kind of run through it, and we'll tell, we'll let everybody know. So this is what I'll do. I'll say, hey, thank you guys for coming out and honoring the invitation. Every year we want to get together and, just celebrate life and just, have something to look forward to, for our kids. I'll say an opening prayer, and then I'll go through the itinerary. We started at 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, we started the basketball. 11:30, this is the opening ceremony. And then I'll go 12 p.m., we'll eat food. Our first event is the sack race at 1 p.m. At the same time, from 1 to 3, our photo booth will arrive. So, you guys want to take some pictures in the photo booth, go ahead. At 2 p.m., we'll have the picture. Also, from 2 to 4, oh, no, hold on. My fault, I'm going off the wrong one. So, opening at 11:30, 12 p.m. will be the food. Then at 1 p.m., right after we've eaten and all that, then we'll take a picture. 1:30, we'll do the balloon toss and the 3-point contest. And at that time, from 1 to 3, the photo booth will be there. At 2 to 3 p.m. is the hamster races. 3 to 4 p.m. will be the hamster free time. And then from 3 to 4:30, the petting zoo will arrive. At 3 p.m., we'll do an egg toss event. At 4 p.m., we'll do the sack race. And then 5 p.m., we'll do the awards, cake, birthday, and grab. So I'll go through like the list, the itinerary for the entire day and what to look out for. And then you can go in and talk about Relay for Life. And then pass it over to Boog, and Boog can talk about, why Team Reunion, why Ooze Juice, and link those things together.
Okay. So one thing that when you're reading off the itinerary,
Yeah.
Announce the people that are going to be in charge.
Yep.
So that everybody knows, hey, if you're going to participate in any event, these are the people to look out for. And then we call out their names, and if you guys could please step forward so everybody knows who you guys are, and that's something to mention. Also, don't forget to mention that this is our 3rd annual team reunion, and for this weekend, June 21st, the 3rd weekend of June, it's going to be a yearly thing. So make sure to plan ahead. And we know what date it's going to be on. There's not going to be any switch up, so now you know what day it's going to be on from here on out.
It'll always be the 3rd Saturday.
Yeah, 3rd Saturday of June. What else was there? Yeah, those main things. And then whatever. What were you going to throw out there again?
I was just gonna bring those luminaries to people's attention and see if they wanted to dedicate one to anybody who has or had cancer, and just let them know that it's a $10 or donation, and it'll be lit at the night of the event, and it'll be lit up around their track. And also, I was thinking of either having a bottle or a box with like a sticker, with those stickers that I brought up, and just if they wanted to donate anything, then they could just put it in there, and I'll just have it on the table to the side. And for those luminaries, all they really got to do is just write the person's name on it, and I was just gonna bring like some crayons or something. If some of the kids want to decorate it or something, draw on it or whatever. That's what people do.
All right, good.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
And then when I go into so we're not writing on the balloons, right? We're just releasing them.
Whatever.
The
balloons. We don't have to write on them.
All right, so everybody put the balloon tied on their hand. My piece, and then if you guys can all release your balloons, is that how it works?
Yeah, so just be like, we'll just get this thing started, get the celebration started by releasing our balloons, and just kind of, I don't know, just like that's the grand opening. It's like cutting a ribbon type of thing. You know what I mean? But
all right, cool.
Hey, yes, we gotta make sure we get the ribbon too.
All right.
I'll see if we have some, but I'll check.
Balloons.
Is that it right there?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, cool. So if we have time on Friday, we want to run through it once again. If we have time, I mean, I know it's going to be pretty busy with I'm going to try to knock out as much as possible tomorrow with the purchasing of everything, and then Friday, if we're able to come together to run over things once again, just to be as prepared as possible for Saturday, we'll do it. And then we look forward to a successful event come Saturday. One of the things that I want to, before we close out here, it's Work Hard Wednesday. When I talk, I just want you guys to understand like where I'm coming from is just being in the position that I'm in, the leader of Boost Juice LLC, and everything that like when I talk about something, when I bring up something, it really is. It's not to discourage anybody in any certain way. It's really to challenge you, challenge ourselves, challenge each other to really take hold of our slogan, the never-ending boost. How far one is willing to go to achieve what is manifested in the mind. Anything is possible. Don't get me wrong, but it takes a lot more than we could ever imagine. And then that's the only way we're going to be able to accomplish these great feats that we envision, that we see, like right before us. It's there, but it's going to take a lot more. And that's why I throw out things. Are you committed? Do you want to be consistent? That's the biggest thing to this, the key, I would say, to everything. Consistency. Are we going to be willing enough? Are we going to be willing enough? It's motivation. It's my way of saying I believe in you, but in order for me to really jump over, cross the line, there has to be more. I have to see more. Like you guys know how I feel about you guys, what I see, the potential that is in each and every one of you. But in order for that to come out, you have to make it come out. I can't make it come out. I can say, talk everything. I can, all of this. I can do all that all day. But are you going to be able to bring out that greatness that I see, that the potential? That is what we have to look at. And sales it's huge. It's a huge part of the, any business. You have to have sales. If you don't have sales, you're getting a tank. What we want to do is to a lot of people, it's impossible. For us, we believe it's possible. Why? Because that's just the type of people we are. We're optimistic. We're ambitious. We know that we are capable of conquering anything that is set before us. We have to have that belief, gentlemen, like real deal. If we don't have that belief, I mean, I know we do, but this is going a step further than belief. It's the action that comes after. When we say, okay, I know what I have to do, am I going to do it though? And that's what concerns me, because we know what we have to do, but if we're not acting on it, there's no way we're going to be able to accomplish such feats in such a short amount of time. That's where commitment comes into play. It's saying to yourself, I have to wake up earlier. I may have to go to sleep later. I may have only 30 minutes of sleep in a day, an hour here or there. I have to make the adjustment. I have to give up something in order for us to get to where we're going. I have to play my part. It's the things that aren't said. When we think about that quote and we think about our journey, and we're saying to ourselves, sometimes we have to act. We can't wait for someone to give us the green light. We say to ourselves, if nobody is holding his hand and I know what he's about, then I got to take those same risks saying, I got to make these moves because I feel in my heart that Boog would do this. Everything that I do on a regular basis, whether it's going out there and winning accounts, whether it's going out there and sampling, whether it's going out there and servicing, whether it's talking to different companies on the phone regularly, reaching out to different vendors, events, all these things that I bring up or bring to the table, it's all because I'm trying to be the best teacher. And how do I teach? It's about showing. If I can show you proof that what I'm doing works, my hope is that you say to yourself, wow, I'm watching and I'm learning, and now I'm going to put it to action. If Boog is able to do this, there's no reason why I can't be able to perform. And that's what we have to understand. We have to jump off too. We really have to jump off because if we're just waiting, we're going to be waiting a long time, and we're never going to be able to get to the heights that we see ourselves getting to if we're not in that same position where our back is to the wall and we're challenging ourselves to be the best that we can be. This journey is about bringing out that you have to be willing to go out on a limb. If you see your brother going out there and you're saying, wow, this thing is doing work, well, you have to be that same. You have to have that same mentality, because what does it do? It affects others, like the ones the people in our group. It affects all of us, and we're saying to ourselves, I want to challenge myself even that much more. So don't take any of this, what I say to heart, or however. I believe fully in each and every one of you, but it's what comes after that. We can believe all we want. It's about action. It's about what comes next. What moves do we need to make? And that's what I want all you guys to understand. If anything, it's about actions. They speak louder than words, and I'm hoping that everything that I'm doing is, the volume is on, the speakers are on, because year two we want to do that much more, and come year two. Yes, we've got a couple more days to see what we can, what will be the final number as far as sales generated, and if whatever we're able to accomplish, we want to double that. We want to double. We want to see what we can do in year two. That's the mission and our goal, to always get better each and every year. First year is going to be out the way. So what are we going to do for the next year? It's a lot of work, but we have to remain focused and stay the course and understand why we're here. We were chosen for a reason. There was a belief upstairs in us to get the job done, and you have to run with it. I mean, that's just how I see it. The big man called our number. He put us in the game. Let's perform. Let's go out there and show everybody why he put us in the game. That being said, man, appreciate you guys' time. Another one in the books. I'll go ahead and end it out in prayer when we get on our separate ways. Father, Lord, I come to you in prayer. Lord, I thank you for another day, another opportunity to come together, work hard Wednesday, midweek session. The journey is there's a lot of ups and downs. There's trials and tribulations. There's so many things that we go through emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. It's draining. A lot of people are not able to withstand what we're going through, but yeah, we're still here, and we're still fighting because we believe that you chose us for a reason. We believe that wholeheartedly. And as we continue to move forward, we ask that you lead us. I mean, you tell us what we need to work on. How can we improve? How can we get better? You show us where we need to go, what avenues that we need to tap into, what connections that need to be made. You bring forth those connections that we need. financially. You know, this thing only works because of you. We understand that. We are just the vessels. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here today. We understand that. Continue to be our rock. Continue to be our guide. Continue to show us the way. I mean, this thing is tough, no doubt. But we're fortunate and blessed each and every day to get another swing at it. We don't take that lightly. Every day we want to work and get better. Every day we look for you to guide us and just do your part, which is continue to create more opportunities for us to grow and expand this business. We're very fortunate and grateful for everything that you've done for us and continue to do for us. And we know that this is special. We got something on our hands here. And we don't take that lightly. We don't take it for granted. And we will continue to do our part in order to bring to life what we envision on a regular basis. So I ask that you continue to give us the strength that we need day in and day out, mentally, physically, and spiritually, and that we understand that nobody is perfect. But at the end of the day, we need to continue to work on being more consistent. And so, with that, I ask that you be with us on our separate ways, from near and afar, and that we give you all the praise, glory, and honor, for you're worthy. We love you, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.